I played some things this week. I played a lot of little things, and then revisited some other things. I'll start as I have been doing and will be doing for a while with Laura's Playdate games that she got to play, and that's quite nice corner. I apologize that we once again are going to have another session of Steph doesn't yet have a Playdate corner as well, but I got some new games that I've been playing around with.
The silence from Steph is just it says everything.
Never even heard of Playdate. Don't even want one. I've got a 1998 Godzilla with a giant fucking iron handle. I don't need anything anyway. I never wanted one. I'm glad I don't have one. I'm glad.
Well, I actually quite like mine. Here's what I've been playing on it this week.
Must be fucking nice!
The two games that came up this week were Flipper Lifter and Echoic Memory. I'll start with Flipper Lifter. Flipper Lifter is a, pretty basic little puzzle game with a time pressure on you, where you are basically helping operate an elevator in a hotel full of penguins. The gimmick is you're using the crank to move this elevator up and down floors. Anytime that penguins, you stop cranking and your elevator gets to a floor, any penguins who are waiting will get into the elevator. You'll start seeing icons next to other floors for which floors you currently have penguins that need dropping off. Each of them needs dropping off within a certain amount of time after picking them up, and you can see by a sort of meter that is dropping how much time you have left to do a drop-off on that floor. The more penguins you drop off, you get time back on the clock, which helps you to sort of keep the run going. But as you progress, more and more floors get added to the hotel, just stacked on top, added up to the top, which means that you've got further physically to move, but also more places to be keeping track of and managing your attention between. You are basically trying to pick up and drop off penguins quickly enough that you are getting more time back for having dropped them off than you're losing in the process. It is a simple little game, but the core loop is really fun. By managing to drop off X number of penguins in a run without running out of time, you unlock new levels that have little gimmicks to them, but are largely aesthetic changes to the same sort of concept with a few little unique gimmicks. It's very simple. At its core, it is just move an elevator up and down and micromanage getting as many people as you can where they need to be very, very quickly, but it's got cute penguins. It's real fun. It's another one of those, in that category of a game that feels very well suited to a very small, very thin device that I could just throw in my bag. Play this a little bit while on a train journey or something. Bite-sized little thing to play around with. The other one I need to put more time into, I'm super curious about. Echoic Memory is a game in which you are working on an assembly line at essentially your Amazon or wherever, and you are doing quality control on a robotic voice-activated virtual assistant. It's essentially an Alexa, and you're working on the production line doing quality testing. Mechanically, it is a game about listening to a little piece of music be played and then locating it on one of 4 buttons on the device as quickly as you can. There will be things that will make it more difficult to pick out which is the piece of music you're looking for. You might have to sort of speed it up or slow it down with the crank or change the pitch to go, oh yeah, that's the thing I'm listening for. Contextually in narrative, that is you validating areas of memory on this thing before they ship out. It seems to be introducing mechanics as it goes to make the process more difficult than where it starts, which is just listen to a little sound clip, listen to 4 other sound clips and go, that's the one that matches. The thing that I'm intrigued by is I'm not very far in, and I'm already starting to get some interesting little hints at dystopian revolution narrative going on. The boss left the work floor for 5 minutes to go take a meeting, and the very next one of these Alexas that came down the conveyor belt asked me, because I'd been told not to talk to these things, asked me, will it hurt, as I opened it up? And I'm like, okay, this is getting a little intense a little quickly. I'm curious where it's going to go with that. I don't think this game does a great job of explaining its own mechanics. Like, sometimes it will introduce a new mechanic and not explain how to do the thing it's just introduced, and require a bit of experimentation in a way that, like, there's not enough audio-visual feedback to make the process of fiddling around to work it out feel like it is deliberate exploration. There were a couple of little hurdles that I had to just fiddle my way through, and that doesn't feel terribly good. But outside of those moments, I am enjoying the game, but very, like, oh, please tell me there's going to be some ability for me to free these presumably sentient machines. So yeah, that is my new stuff I played on Playdate this week.